Hello everyone, my name is Malcolm. I'm from the Talk of the Town Toastmasters group in Coquitlam in beautiful British Columbia in Canada. This is a basic 101 explanation of how to get started with Pathways. So the first thing to do, go to toastmasters.org and log in. Now, when you join Toastmasters, you should have been given a link to set up your username and password. I'm going to assume you've already done that, so I'm not going to cover that in this video. Now I am using my wife's login for this because she's just starting on her Pathways journey. So once you've logged in, you should have a welcome with your name up there, and then go into Pathways. Now the very first thing it's going to ask you to do when you enter Pathways is to take an assessment before you can do anything else. And with the assessment, it's going to ask you a bunch of questions to try and determine the path you're on. So see here, what topics are you interested in learning about? So you can click a bunch of those. What I suggest you do though is not do that. Click on this button again and skip the assessments. Skip assessment. So this is going to show you all the different paths you're going to take. I recommend that you start with presentation mastery. If you're just looking to get confidence in public speaking, this is a great place to start. Now my wife has already chosen that path, so this thing is grayed out for her. So once you've chosen your path, click on Pathways, go to Basecamp. Under Basecamp, you need to log in as a member, and that will take you to your Basecamp. Now remember, my wife chose the Presentation Mastery group, Presentation Mastery path. So you see here down the bottom it says Presentation Mastery, and we just open the curriculum. And then this page pops up. Now my wife happens to have finished her icebreaker speech, so that's done. So she can see what's coming up, other speeches, right through to complete this module. But at the moment she's on speech number 2. So first thing we do is activate that speech. Then we launch that speech. Now what will happen now is a little screen will pop up like this. So make sure the pop-ups are enabled on your browser. Now one thing that's a bit of a gotcha here, hopefully Toastmasters will change this in the not too distant future, is when this screen comes up, which will hopefully be any second now, one trick is that if you make your window just a little bit bigger, you'll see there's more sections down here. Hopefully Toastmasters will change that in the not too distant future. But you can maximize your window like I've done, as you can see. So begin. So you can scroll through and find out all the information about the speech. And one of the things it's going to suggest is a project checklist. So you can click on that and print out this form. This is a form for you to work through to work on what this particular project is about. So if you wanted to jump to a different section, you can go through this and see all the different bits and pieces along here. Now it's got a section like how to receive feedback, how to use feedback, how to be an evaluator, staying positive, when you're evaluating, all sorts of bits and pieces that you can go through. Now, some assignments, not this particular one, they have a special form that you can print out that you can give your evaluator for. This particular project doesn't have that type of form for your evaluator to fill out. But future ones will do. You can have your evaluator, you can print off an evaluation sheet for your evaluator to fill out. That will come underneath this section here. So an evaluation for them. So the idea, you go through and you assess your skills beforehand. So this is, you assess your skills before and assess your skills after. So let's assume my wife at the moment is at 3. So this is her assessing her skills before she actually does her presentation. So I'll set that all to 3. And that one's 3. Then we'll submit. So now it's taken a snapshot of where you were before. Now the idea is then you'll go and give a speech, you'll get some feedback, and then you'll come back into the speech and you will do your evaluation. Oh, sorry, I didn't think this one had a evaluation sheet, but it does have evaluation speech. So for a second speech, you should click on this, and here is the evaluation form that her evaluator can fill out. So it's a good idea to print off the evaluation form before you do the speech, and then you're away. Okay. Okay, then once you've done that, you can go through and once again assess your skills, but after the project. So let's assume she's improved slightly in all areas. And submit. So now it's recorded the first survey, the post survey, and exactly where she is. So that's done now. So once again, just make sure you go through, select your pathways, do the first self-evaluation, do your speech, do your post-evaluation, print off your evaluation resource for the person who's evaluating you. And once you've done all this, if you close this window and come back to here, you'll see in just a second, there's a little tick mark here. So that's the complete process from start to finish. I hope that makes sense. I'll put my contact information in the bottom of this email, so feel free to contact me in the bottom of this YouTube video, sorry. So feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Great, thank you for your time.